Saddle up, Broncos Country. A seismic shift has happened in the locker room, paving the way for what might be Denver's most lethal postseason campaign in ages. The cavalry is returning. Master plans are being forged in the dark, and there is a massive delusion regarding this squad that the Buffalo Bills are still clinging to, and it might cost them the entire season. I'm going to break it all down for you: what Buffalo thinks they see, where they are dead wrong, and why this Broncos team is primed to stun the planet. Before we dive in, do me a solid. Smash that like button if you have faith the Broncos are Super Bowl bound. And if you have ridden with us through the fire and the flames, drop a comment saying, "Go Broncos. We never lost faith." All right, let's roll. Because the intel I am about to drop will radically shift your view on this matchup. Let's cut straight to the chase. This is not the same Broncos squad that the Buffalo Bills think they are lining up against. It is not even in the same ballpark. When they clashed last and Denver went down 31-10, Bo Nix was grinding with a fractured back. Let that reality hit you. He was out there fighting through agony that would put most athletes on the shelf for a month. But the quarterback wasn't the only one compromised. Denver was stripped of its heavy artillery: Talanoa Hufanga, Dre Greenlaw, Evan Engram, Alex Singleton, all missing. Now, they are back, healthy, and starving. The Bills are strutting into this playoff fight expecting a rerun against that same broken-down roster. Instead, they are walking into a buzzsaw, a reloaded Denver unit boasting 6 All-Pros and the deepest roster of Pro Bowlers this year. That isn't just noise. That is statistical dominance. Even Buffalo's top analyst knows a storm is brewing. He might still pick Buffalo to win, but his breakdown exposes just how terrified they are of this clash. Denver enters this arena as the league's sack leaders. That isn't luck. It is pure, relentless violence every single week. The defensive front is a nightmare, blending raw speed with technical perfection. And while the experts claim Buffalo has the size advantage in the trenches, Denver hasn't given up a 100-yard rusher all season. Only one, to be precise. You don't get a stat like that by accident. It comes from disciplined, intelligent, and bone-crushing defense. While the media hypes up Buffalo's explosive ground attack with James Cook, nobody is talking enough about the devastating impact of their injuries. Losing Gabe and Shavers, 2 of their elite blockers, is catastrophic. That is a crushing blow to their edge blocking, specifically if they plan to stretch the field wide with outside zone plays. Who is stepping up? A banged-up Keon Coleman and perhaps Curtis Samuel. Assuming he even clears the injury list, that is a downgrade no matter how you spin it. Now, let's discuss the tight ends. Sure, Buffalo has threats at that position, but with Greenlaw and Singleton healthy, the middle of the field is closed for business. Buffalo loves to exploit that short middle area, relying on run-after-catch plays. But Denver is wise to it. Vance Joseph is prepared. The trap is set, and the Broncos will force Josh Allen to try and win this game from the sidelines. That is a tall order, even for a guy with arm talent like Allen's. And let's talk about Bo Nix. Listen, even a leading expert who analyzes the Bills for a living had high praise. He called Bo Nix cerebral. He isn't just a physical athlete. He is arguably one of the sharpest minds playing quarterback today, scanning the entire field. It means he is dissecting coverages, cycling through reads, and executing smart decisions under fire. That is a rare gift, and it is exactly why Sean Payton has handed him the keys. If you rewatch that last game, you'll see that even in defeat, Denver was 1 field goal away from a halftime tie. That wasn't the blowout the scoreboard shows. Since that day, Bo Nix has evolved. He is healthy, swaggering, and playing like a 10-year veteran. Combine that with an offensive line boasting 2 All-Pros and a special teams unit that dominates, and you see the juggernaut forming. Don't overlook the defense. Patrick Surtain is an absolute island out there, the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, Riley Moss. They are terrified to even look his way. This secondary is engineered to wreck timing, erase gaps, and punish teams who try to live off short passes. Buffalo leans on screens and RPOs, but Denver is onto them. They play aggressive. They finish. They don't miss tackles. And when they do, they correct it. Just ask Jacksonville. 1 loss due to missed tackles, and it never happened again. Now look at Buffalo's health. Ed Oliver is questionable and unlikely to suit up. He is battling a torn bicep and fresh knee surgery. Without him, their soft run defense just got softer. They are built for speed, not power. That is an invitation for Denver to bulldoze the ground game. This is where the rubber meets the road. Denver isn't just healthier. Their execution is sharper, their discipline is tighter, and their appetite for victory is ravenous, exactly what winter demands. The narrative surrounding this squad has shifted violently since their previous clash with the Bills. Mainstream pundits refuse to acknowledge the truth, yet Denver's faithful can feel the surge. This unit is hitting its apex right on schedule. Bo Nix stands as the pulse driving this entire operation. Possessing a novice signal caller who dissects coverages before the hike, scans the field instantly, and throws strikes while avoiding danger creates a rare advantage. We aren't watching a mere caretaker. We are witnessing the foundation of a dynasty. He has mastered Sean Payton's intricate schemes while displaying genius amidst the chaos, evolving visibly with each passing Sunday. The roster galvanizes around him daily. The anxious debutant who entered Orchard Park before is gone, replaced by a hardened leader. Examining Denver's tactical blueprint reveals a design specifically engineered for postseason warfare. Violence in the trenches, gap integrity, suffocating one-on-one defense, and above all, the killer instinct to close. Instead of depending on tricks or fortune, they grind opponents into dust over 60 minutes, exploiting errors and seizing territorial advantages. This precise formula dismantles volatile squads like Buffalo, a group that crumbles when pushed out of their comfort zone. Dan Mitchell did not mince words regarding the flaws in the opposition's armor. Their ground prevention is system-reliant and fragile in the middle, often leaning too heavily on halftime fixes to survive. Imagine if the Broncos strike fast. If Payton dictates the tempo against McDermott, leaving the Bills zero time to recalibrate later. Chaos ensues in those moments, a pattern we know well. Squads lacking line dominance inevitably fail in the playoffs. Furthermore, consider the unseen factors. The bond within that Denver dressing room is unbreakable. Savages patrol every phase of the game, including youthful, bruising pass catchers like Marvin Mims Jr., who crave the big stage. Seasoned pros such as Cortland Sutton continue to rise when the stakes are highest. Weapons like Evan Engram, absent during the previous duel, are prepared to tear open the seams and exploit their thin secondary. With Jordan Poyer ruled out, the opportunity is massive. While the defensive prowess requires no introduction, athletes are swarming everywhere. Justin Simmons erasing deep threats while Alex Singleton and Dre Greenlaw deliver punishment between the hashes. However, the true game changer remains the pressure. Leading the NFL in takedowns is impressive, but their relentless reliability is terrifying. Attacks come from every vector with fresh bodies, perfectly countering Josh Allen's habit of attempting risky, miraculous plays. The front four is ready to trap him into errors, waiting for a single, sloppy escape or a desperate heave into traffic. Such blunders are enough to invert the momentum, and if doubt remains, simply analyze the rhetoric coming from Buffalo. Anxiety is palpable as they pivot strategies, preparing heavy 12 and 13 personnel because their receiving core is decimated and restricted. Discussions center on promoting Mecole Hardman and Curtis Samuel merely to field a complete offense. Such moves scream desperation rather than assurance, whereas the Broncos are healthy, dialed in, and intent on destruction. Forget Buffalo's history or their quarterback's physical gifts. This contest boils down to which roster has fewer holes. Without a shadow of a doubt, the superior collective is wearing orange and blue. They dominate the line of scrimmage, excel in the kicking game, possess total equilibrium, and follow leaders who understand closing out championships. Sean Payton prophesied this in July to a skeptical world, claiming this squad would vie for the Lombardi Trophy. Now we stand on the precipice, a single victory from the conference title bout with destiny clearly visible. Regardless if the next opponent is Houston or New England, the true gauntlet is right here. Judging by the tape, the analytics, and the team spirit, this group is poised for a legendary surge. But the spotlight shifts to you, faithful supporters. Can you sense the energy shifting, and do you trust that this machine was constructed to dismantle Buffalo and extend the miracle? Leave your thoughts down there to join the movement, and verify your subscription to stay ahead of the curve. Destroy the like button if you are prepared to watch Denver secure their spot in the AFC title fight. Click the following clip immediately for a comprehensive breakdown of the critical battles. Let's go Broncos.